When you're doing a 100-mile run, was there ever a point where it was getting hard?
No, never.
Never at all.
If you ask me what motivated me to do it, I was on Instagram and I saw a girl carry her sister and she was walking with her barefoot. Sister was injured, hit by a car, she didn't cry, she wasn't moaning. And that girl said she walked for hours. When I saw that video, I was like, what am I doing for Palestine?
After you left prison and you made the commitment, inshallah, to not go back, you got yourself in a situation where you got stabbed. So how did that happen?
I throw myself in front of everything and I really take care of the people I love. I was around people that also done sihr. Something possesses me. I'm telling you, it took over my life. Like, it left me paralyzed, my right side of my body. Because when I'm doing my ruqya, you can see like where they're more responsive. Yeah. I'll show you, look. Look at the right side of the body just goes. I love this. Best blessing ever in life.
Let me tell you something crazy. A Canadian crypto exchange needed liquidity. Within hours, they secured 60,000 USTD inside of our network of 7 to 9 figure Muslim entrepreneurs. Another brother wanted to get deeper in the gold business. In 3 minutes, a brother offered to connect him with a guy who's moving 100 kilograms of gold every single week. A US executive wanted to move his entire family of 20 people to Medina. Within 15 minutes, he was connected to the man who can make it happen. With Allah's permission, these are not small wins. These are life-changing. And they all come from one place, The Cave. Our exclusive network of 7 to 9 figure Muslim entrepreneurs, investors, and top corporate executives. And if that's you, click the link to apply to join today.
Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah, amma ba'd. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Guys, welcome back to another episode of the Righteous and Rich podcast. Today we've got someone very special here, my brother, Pro PT. Brother Yusef, how you doing, akhi?
Alhamdulillah.
Akhi, you're a very, very incredible brother, man. Allah barik. Went to jail when you were 15 years old, came out, haven't missed a prayer since Allah barik. So almost 15 years straight, haven't missed one of your 5 daily prayers. And mashallah, set up a 6-figure business, Allah barik, training very wealthy people, A-list celebrities, then just kept jumping into different industries, making your own products, your perfumes, Allah barik. And now you're here in the UAE, in Dubai, selling mansions to the ultra rich. Allah barik. And in that time, like, you done things like your 100K run for Palestine.
100 mile.
100 mile? Okay, it wasn't 100 kilometers?
I did a second one 20 days after that.
Oh, wow.
From London to Amsterdam.
Allah barik. And all that stuff in between. So actually, one of the reasons I'm excited here is because I just want to learn from you today. I want to kind of just jump into your brain and just understand how and why you're able to achieve some of these things that most people who've been through maybe half of what you've been through would crumble under the pressure. So the way we're going to do it is we're going to jump around your timeline.
Yeah, that's cool.
When you're doing a 100-mile run, was there ever a point where it was getting hard?
No, never.
Never at all?
Not one point.
Not even one point? That's mad.
You know why?
Why?
So I go with this saying, is make your life uncomfortable even when life becomes comfortable. So when life becomes uncomfortable, you never feel uncomfortable. That's the first principle I live by.
Yeah.
Now, when you practice that every single day, goes back to what I was saying, you build confidence. It's very important to believe in yourself. That's the first thing. You have to believe in yourself. We live in a time, society, where we're made not to believe in ourselves. Well, people are constantly comparing themselves. Rather than focusing on what's inside them or what they've got or what they can do, they care too much about what's outside. You can't control what's outside. You can't be someone else. You're not going to become someone else by watching someone else and envying someone else. So when you focus on yourself and you do this and you practice that and you push yourself forward, you realize the sweetness was within you. The success, the achievement, whatever it was within you. So that's the first thing. So preparation. Second of all, is giving yourself a goal far greater than what you're capable of doing. And understanding when you do that, is there someone else out there who's going through a lot more worse? But not just thinking about that person or that thing or that situation that person's in. It's trying to feel what that person might be feeling. For example, you said, was at any point it got hard. Now, if you ask me what motivated me to do it, I was on Instagram and I saw a girl carry her sister, a 4-year-old girl, carry her 2-year-old sister. She was barefoot, looking for help in Gaza. She was barefoot, and when the man pulled up, everyone's seen this video, and he said to the girl, what happened? What happened to your sister? She said she got hit by a car. And he said, where are you going? She said, I've been walking for hours to find a place to take my sister to get help. And when you saw the way she carried that baby, I know mothers that struggle to carry a 2-year-old for more than 2 minutes. She had her wrapped around her shoulders and she was walking with her barefoot. Sister was injured, hit by a car. She didn't cry. She wasn't moaning. And that girl said she walked for hours. When I saw that video, I was like, what am I doing for Palestine? What are we doing? We go to the gym, we've got our feet, we've got the blessings that we have, we've got the advantages, but what are we doing? And if whatever they're facing is affecting me, it's affecting us, and we're looking at it and we can't bear look at it, because it's hurting us. When I saw that, I said to myself, whatever I need to do, I need to do it so big, so impactful. I want them to see it, to know that whatever they're going through, we're doing something about it. And within watching that video, within the first 25 days, around 100 kilometers around London. Within 50 days of seeing that video, I ran from London to Amsterdam. Within that space of 1 month, I generated over 30 million views. I had the whole Palestine see what I'd done. And it wasn't a thing for me to show off, to show what I'm capable of doing, because no, that strength purely came from Allah, but also from seeing that. And it was a message to the people to show them and to let them know we see what you're going through. And as much as they want to try to silence us and stop us doing what's right, I'm going to do something about this. So how can I not believe in myself? How can I ever doubt myself? How could I ever, when I face struggle in that run and obstacles and so many things, it sounded cushy. When I say 100 miles, some people think, oh, try even drive 100 miles. Some people can't even drive 100 miles before they get a headache because I need to pull up. Try run for 23 hours and a half. And without stopping, just keep going. And if you look at the videos on Instagram, we face many challenges. Different weathers, storm, snow, discomfort, blisters, urinating blood, all sorts. But when you look back at that video and you see that girl and she's hopeless, she's not got the advantages, she's looking for help, she's screaming for help. And even when she got in a car and the guy said, look, he's going to take her, she was very calm. The girl that got hit by a car, she was calm, she wasn't crying, she wasn't moaning. For me, gave me an obligation. And we raised close to £100,000. If I could have done that in less than 50 days, it was people's excuses. And plus I was blessed with many blessings in my life. So I used all the tools and all the resources. Going back to what you said earlier, you do a lot, and everything that you do, you achieve it quite quickly or quite elite. Most people train a whole year to just run half a marathon or even a marathon, let alone run 100k, which is 2.5 marathons. Let run 100 miles, 20 days after you ran 100k, with a bare minimum of training. And to work, run a business, recover, deal with whatever you're dealing, day-to-day challenges. But then I look at myself and I think, Allah has blessed me with so many resources. How can I combine all my resources and make the most out of it? So if Allah allowed me to understand the strategy of social media and how to generate views and how to make things explode, this is what I'm going to do, but I'm going to use a cause and a purpose, and that's exactly what I did. If Allah gave me a good network of people, then I'm combine them all together and we're going to spread awareness, I'm going to raise money together. If Allah allowed me to be strong and fit and healthy, and I'm using my time every single day and make good use of it to show that I can push myself, because that girl had no choice but to push herself. She had no excuse, and she gave no, she was very calm. In the worst of frustration, she was calm. She wasn't screaming, she wasn't crying, she wasn't giving excuses. She kept going. And even where help came, she kept going. So her purpose was far greater than herself. So I made myself believe that my purpose was far greater than myself. It was for our brothers and sisters in Palestine. So how can you give in? How can you give up? How can you not believe? And once you start picking up momentum, and at times, you still might think, maybe you can't do it. I say to myself, no, impossible. I'd rather die trying. Because you know what's hard? Doing something's hard, and doing nothing's hard. So you got to choose your hard. You got to choose your hard. I'd rather dive in and just push forward. And again, of course, life experience helps you do that. Practice helps you do that. Self-belief helps you do that. Life experiences, so many things. Relating to other people's problem. Mm-hmm. Creating something far greater than what you believe you could have done. Mm-hmm. With a full trust in Allah. Mm-hmm. Because those ideas only come from Allah. Mm. You know, some people say like, bro, how do you do this? And how do you overcome? How do you achieve? I'm thinking, just sit down and just think.
Just think.
Whatever comes to your mind, just know Allah put that in your mind.
You don't need more contacts. You need the right contacts. One brother was running a fast food franchise in the UK. When he joined our network, in 15 minutes, we connected him to the CEO of one of the biggest halal food chains in the country for mentorship. Another brother wanted elite AI mentorship for his son. Within 3 minutes, he was speaking with a consultant trusted by the region's top companies. This is not a Rolodex that you can buy, akhi. These are connections you only get when you're inside the cave. And if you're a 7 to 9 figure Muslim entrepreneur or top level corporate executive or an investor, you can click the link below to apply to join.
You on remand, and obviously, alhamdulillah, found not guilty. But that could have gone left, because even I think some of your co-defendants, they're doing a very long time. Like, if you didn't go to jail, how different do you think your life would have been right now?
To be honest, I believe the first commitment that I made with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to actually accept Islam was the day I got arrested for that case.
Okay.
So from a spiritual perspective, from a perspective of accepting that change had to happen, or a shift at least. If I hadn't got arrested for what I got arrested for, I remember going to the police station that day when I got arrested, and I was in my cell, and I said to myself, there's no way I'm here now and I'm going to be facing these charges. I couldn't believe it, and I couldn't accept it. I didn't want to accept it. And I said to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I said, look, you know me, my sincerity, and I've got a lot more to offer, and you know what got me into the situation. And I said to Allah, I'm going to pray, because I never used to pray, so avoid my prayers.
Okay.
Although I was brought up by my mum being a revert and my father being a Muslim, I was the guy who would like skip prayers, won't be fasting Ramadan. Never had that connection you get when you pray now. And I said, I'm going to pray now, and I promise you that if you make me feel what I'm supposed to feel, I will never leave a prayer.
SubhanAllah.
And I made that promise. And I said, I promise I will never go back to whatever I used to do. And I believe whatever I used to do was affected by a few things.
Go on.
A, the people I'm around. B, the fact that I believed in myself that anything I wanted to do, I'll make sure I do properly. So if I was influenced in doing the wrong things, but that's all I knew, I'll make sure I become the best at it. And I said to myself, if poverty is the excuse, then I'm going to get out of poverty. If it's the area I'm in, it's my excuse, then I'm going to get out of the area I'm in. If it's the friends I'm around, it's my excuse, then I'm going to get away from the friends I'm in. But just guide me. Because whatever it is, I know my potential and I know I'm here because I didn't know there was another side. But I said, if going to this place right now is my reason to create that shift, I will use this belief in myself to make that shift. And from that prayer there, I had this overwhelming feeling and this real confidence that there's going to be light.
Really?
Once I get through this. And I stuck by it. And I did whatever it took to make sure I never went back.
So you said when you made that dua to Allah, you said, Allah, you know what got me here? Like, what was that?
For me, it was like childhood trauma, being in, like, facing the disadvantages when you're not really in control of it.
Okay.
You know, you can't control, as a child, I don't believe you can control the problems at home. You can't control your environment when you're a child. You can't really control. There's many things that you're still not capable, especially if you're not earning money, especially if you're, you know, around people that, when true leaders and true figures in your life, parents, whether it's, you know, grandparents or older brothers, who are not there to lead you as a child, or you look up to or you have around to support you, you end up finding yourself looking for it. And if you find it with the wrong people, you look up to them. Does that make sense? So growing up in an area where if your father's not really around and you're left in the streets, who you're going to look up to? The older guys in the area. And if they're involved in things or they're into things and they're grooming you into doing things, you start to believe that's okay because it becomes normal. So
I've heard you mention a few times, man, you mention it very honestly and openly and frankly, which is that you have a lot of insecurities and vulnerabilities.
myself,
Yeah.
we all have insecurities. I don't choose to accept it.
You mentioned once, you said, deep down, I'm just a broken kid inside.
Yeah, of course.
So where does that come from?
Again, vulnerability, I wouldn't necessarily call it insecurities, and choosing to not accept anything that's wrong. Whether it's feelings, whether it's emotions, whether it's circumstance. So I wouldn't really call it an insecurity because an insecurity is identified as something that you don't feel comfortable.
Yeah.
But then if you accept it, you will never really make the change.
Yeah.
I choose not to accept it.
What do you mean by that exactly?
For example, if someone says I'm insecure by the way I feel or look,
Yeah.
if they sit in it and they choose to accept it, they start to believe that is the case.
I'm ugly.
I'm doing the complete opposite.
Okay.
I'm saying, no, it's not the case. And you find yourself getting out of that insecurity by taking action. Oh, I'm broke. I'll never be successful. I'm choosing not to accept that I'm broke. I'm choosing to say, no, I am successful, which leads me to make the action. Or me saying, for example, oh, I can't pray. I'm tired. I'm choosing not to accept it. By not accepting it is allowing me to do something about it. By the time you practice it, you're able to get out of that situation. So when I say I'm a broken kid, and I'm saying this, I'm saying that, sometimes it's for myself to remind myself where I came, because sometimes you can get too caught up in yourself. You start to believe it's you, forgetting where you came from. So for me, it's like a reminder, like, humble yourself. Remember where you came from. Remember you was there. Remember you can end up there, and there's been many times where you end up back where you was. But then the beauty of it is sometimes you need to end up back where you was to realise what it truly felt to overcome that. Because that transition phase is the most important phase. For some people, they're constantly trying to reach this end goal, and they're forgetting the process is the sweetness of it. And you only realise once you achieve something, it means nothing. But if you look back on that journey and that transition phase, it's always been the steps that it took to get there. And that's with every aspect. So even when it goes back to praying, the reason why I don't miss a prayer is because I remember what it felt like not to pray, feeling very empty. But I remember to create the consistency, I knew how hard it was to get into a good routine to pray. But I knew what struggles I faced and how much internal battles I had to overcome first to get into that position to create that discipline. And it's that sweetness of that journey that allows me to keep overcoming it. And obviously your iman goes up and down and stuff, but as long as you keep your salah and you find yourself facing those battles and you keep pushing yourself. But you remember, if I did it then, surely I can do it now. And you should be able to do it even more. Some people say when you get older, things slow down or things get a lot harder for yourself. I disagree. I feel like the more older you get, especially if you're pushing yourself, you create more callous, you have less of an excuse to go back. Because you become more resilient, become more strong, you become more focused, you become more confident. It should be able to give you, especially if you start at a very young age, the obligation to never go back, to never slow things down. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
But again, it's going back to that sweetness that you find in the process, and that's when most people give up. Most people expect things too quick.
A question I want to ask on behalf of our brothers, yeah, especially those that are coming off the roads, maybe they've come out of jail, and they want to make change. So I'm talking from an angle of, I've had 10 years of experience working with brothers. Like my da'wah in the UK was just with guys in the hood.
Yeah.
And one of the most heartbreaking things was seeing a man wants to change. He wants to change, like he genuinely wants to change. Maybe he realized someone died, or he just woke up one day and thought this is dead, or come out of jail. And even the ones that actually do make the change, like Allah, but they manage to pull away from their friends and the bad crowd, you find that they'll just go and, for example, at max just get a job. And I'm not saying that's bad. That's a massive achievement for a guy who's come from selling drugs. But what I'm trying to work out is, because all of these guys will have aspiration to do something great like what you've done. What's the formula? Because Allah barik, you've come out of jail at 15, 16, and you've then built a business that's generated millions. Allahumma barik, and you continue to do so. And as you mentioned, that transition stage is the most important. So what is it that the brothers have to look out for? Like, all right, cool, today you've woken up, you want to change, and you want to pray your prayers, leave behind haram, and you want to build an empire in terms of business and wealth. All right, cool. What's the game plan?
First thing first, it's Fajr.
Oh,
Waking
wow.
up for Fajr.
MashaAllah. Why?
If you can overcome that,
Yeah.
number one, you know, not many people wake up for Fajr.
Yeah, you're right.
So you're already differentiating yourself to the world. You're invited by your Creator. Remember, Fajr is an invitation by Allah. If you made it, what better feeling to feel invited by the one who loves you the most,
Allah barik.
one who provides. And the only call to prayer where it says that prayer is better than sleep is when?
Fajr.
So if prayer is better than sleep, and we all love sleep, and too much sleep leads to what?
Laziness
Laziness.
of the heart, yeah, and laziness.
Hardness of the heart. So if you can overcome that barrier right there, and then you see the blessings, because in that time there you're the closest to Allah, and Allah answers all prayers.
SubhanAllah.
And then you start to add tahajjud, and it said, what's the saying about tahajjud? The du'as in tahajjud.
The arrow that doesn't miss.
There you go. So if you identify that
Allah barik.
and you accomplish that, how can you not?
So you're saying morning prayer or night prayer and dua.
And dua.
And dua.
And then you follow by action.
Okay.
Because you can't just sit there and make the ones where it run. You can't just sit there and just expect it to happen. You make sure you set this non-negotiable. And I call it the non-negotiable mindset. But you have to go now and do it.
Do
Because
what?
you've done whatever it is, going back to being successful, creating that change, leaving back haram, changing the environment, doing all of that. You now take the action. And the minute you do that, and the minute you get going, you need to understand also what's holding you back. Sometimes people want too much to go forward, but they don't realize if they don't get rid of the cause or the foundation of a problem, something's going to pull them back. So it's about eliminating those things. Instead of setting goals to move forward sometimes moving forward means getting rid of what's holding you back. So push those problems forward and start working on them, because then it frees up whatever's holding you back and creates what? Space for you now to run. Space for you now to open up doors. But if you're just dismissing and you're just pushing back whatever it was holding you back, and you're not getting past it, or you're not destroying it, or you're not removing it, you might take one step forward, but things are going to keep dragging you back.
So what are the things you had to remove that were holding you back?
For me, going back to the first thing was giving myself excuses. I feel like when I was a child, I used to give myself a lot of excuses. So removing excuses, number one.
Okay.
Number two, changing my habits.
Uh-huh.
I was a very fat kid.
Uh-huh.
So I had an eating habit where most people would turn to drugs, alcohol, self-harm. For me, it was overeating, getting comfortable and eating a lot. So realizing that was bad for my health. That was never truly happy eating. And I realized, oh, that's a problem. And the minute I started working on that, what happened to my physique? What happened to my mind? What happened to me understanding the importance of being in shape and being fit and being healthy? The people I was around just locked off everyone off and find peace in being alone. Because when I was in that cell, I was alone. Just me and Allah. And again, when you made that sincere dua, wanted to change, and you truly believe that you can change, and you have faith that Allah will help you change, in places like being in prison when it's just you and yourself and it's just, you feel your soul, then you don't care being alone. When people try to control your time and your freedom, but they can't control your mind, you're not scared to take those steps moving forward once you have the freedom. Because now you can control your time. You can control your freedom. And if you're able to control your mind when your time and your freedom was taken away from you, what are you going to do when you do have time? You're going to explode. You're going to push forward. So removing that obstacle of believing now that anyone can try to slow you down, or anyone can, you know how many people say, oh, it's because of this, I can't do that. It's because, my mum, it's because of my dad, because of this, or because of this person, because of this thing. Start to give themselves reason to why they can't overcome things. I've always strongly believed there's no reason to why you can't overcome.
Like, you know, how you talk, bro, it's like, even like in your content, like your videos online, it's like you're at war inside your head. It's like even when you're talking to me, there's so much intensity what you're saying. It's very believable. I can see that this is real for you.
Of course.
Now, what is that? What's that storm inside of here?
But the blessings. It's blessings.
Yeah?
It's just blessings.
What do you mean by that?
You know, when you start an engine, what happens to it?
It revs.
That's it. Once the engine got started, it's go time. Can't slow down.
So when you find
and
yourself...
even when you turn the engine off, you go to sleep, right? Car's off.
Yeah.
When you turn the key to start the engine, what happens? You have to rev it. Car won't move if you don't rev it. So when I'm present, I'm awake. Engine's on. Do you understand? So when you see me like this and you see me talk like this, or you see me do the things I do, because there's no time right now. The engine's on. It's go time. That comes from what? Having my freedom taken away from me. Feeling vulnerable at a time when my freedom got taken away from me. You know, feeling hopeless. Being the person who took care of the family, was responsible to take care of the family. Imagine being in a place right now where there's no communication, there's no contact, and you know that you left behind your family in a way you could feel disappointed to let your mother down, let your father down, let your siblings down, and you feel hopeless. But you have that trust in Allah. So since that gate and that door was open, then the gate of peace in my salah, like finding that true feeling, only until you pray you understand that. I can't even try to sell it to you. I can't even try to convince you. It's the biggest blessing. Like, you know, feeling full khushu', full belief, full understand, full connection. That is the biggest. I can't even explain it. It's the biggest blessing. And that for me that's what fires me up. That's what gives me, you know. And I believe you can push yourself to the limit until it's time to just, you know, create balance later. Some people say, do too much. Why are you doing too much? Why are you trying to? And I believe you don't realize when you need to stop until you've actually pushed yourself in life. And if you can push yourself in life when you've never needed to push yourself, what are you going to do when you're facing obstacles?
Crumble.
But if you push yourself...
Oh, then you're going to overcome them. Yeah.
And life is always about overcoming.
100.
How many times I hear people say, you said life's not that deep. You don't need to do this. Why do you do this? Why do you do that? Find some balance. No, find balance later. Test yourself first and then talk to me about balance.
You spend a lot of time thinking?
Of course, all the time, always thinking. Constantly thinking. You have to think.
What's the art of thinking? It sounds like a dumb question, like, but
The art of thinking...
I feel like a lot of people don't know how to think.
The art of thinking is, again, stop worrying about the external things. Stop worrying about things that you can't control and worry about the things that you can control.
So let's just say you're having a thinking session. Like, what are you doing? What are you asking yourself? How do you navigate your thoughts?
For me, my day-to-day thinking, most time is repentance. And I heard and I watched a video, they said that if you want release in your problems and you want to see more success and you want to, you know, be at peace, repent. Say astaghfirullah, 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 astaghfirullah. So the power of constantly repenting. Even though, you know, when you committed a sin and you repented and sometimes you forgot, Allah takes that sin away from you, that feeling that you committed it. And you get distracted, you move on with life. Sometimes I sit and I think to myself, I don't think I haven't been forgiven. I believe Allah's merciful is the most merciful. But sometimes I go back and think, let me go back and see forgiveness for what I did then.
MashaAllah.
Let me go back even deeper. And when I do that, it gives me like a buzz. It gives me this confidence because I know what guilt feels like. I know what feeling disgusted feels like. I know what feeling, I wouldn't call it regret because I try to believe we shouldn't regret anything. Because again, if you live on your regret, then you start to close yourself in. Shaitan starts to creep up and make you believe that, that's it, it's done. It's done. Finished. So if I don't use that and I don't accept it, then I believe I spend a lot of time doing that. But I don't just dive and fall too deep into it. Because then I start to think, well, what am I going to do about it now then? What's changed? Have I changed? Have I got better? What do I need to do to become better? So then I spend a lot of time thinking about where are the resources, what's in front of me that I'm not looking at it, and I'm not looking at it and I'm not taking the opportunity. What's the information that's coming up to me? For example, I remember watching this video and they were saying the stages that Allah gives you sign to come away from what you're doing wrong. And it's like stage 1, there'll be something that you might have done or you might be doing that is wrong. And stage 1 is like a quote will come up or a reminder for you someone. And you think, that quote only came from Allah, that reminder only came from Allah. You choose to ignore it. Stage 2 is like, whatever you think you have to change but you're still ignoring it, there'll be a test given to you. A test that it's painful but it will fade away. It's like a small little test. Like a paper cut, it hurts. You feel like, you know when you cut your nail and it hurts for like a couple of hours, but you know eventually it'll fade away. But you choose to ignore whatever it is that you've been thinking that you're trying to fix up or you're trying to change or you're trying to do better. And then it's like stage 3 is something that's non-reversible. For example, you lose a limb or you lose a job, you crash your car, you end up getting a divorce. But you choose to ignore that sin or that thing, whatever it is in your mind. And then stage 4 is when you're in that sin and it becomes normal and you don't feel no regret, no guilt, that's the worst of stages. So I always reflect and think, what is it? When things are happening, when bad things are happening, what stage is it? What thoughts am I experiencing? Where is it? What is it? And then I go back to recycle that.
Very good, mashallah. If we go back to Akhi, after you left prison and you made the commitment, inshallah, to not go back and so on and so forth, you got yourself in a situation where you got stabbed.
Yeah.
So how did that happen?
Just being around the wrong area. Defending myself. I've always been someone that I throw myself in front of everything. And I really, really take care of the people I love. I'm always trying to be the comfort to others. Always. I feel like as a man, we have that obligation. So if it's for a sibling, a family member, or a brother, or a friend, I'm always trying to put myself in front to help. So I also have done things in the past that have caught up on me. But I never allowed it to bring me back. And I believe when you do wrong, if you don't repent, then you'll struggle when it comes back to you. You know? You actually become a worse person if you don't realize what you've done wrong and you don't repent for it. Because when it comes back to you, you actually become a worse person. But you know when you've done wrong and you repented, if it comes back to you and comes by you back or it catches up with you, it's easier to handle. You know?
Yeah. Because you came to terms with it inside.
Exactly. So for me, it was like a lot of things were catching up with me. And it was there to do what? Test me. To test my sincerity. To test whether I was really willing to change. And you know, a lot of the worst situations happens in my life. Even at times when, you know, I was in control of them. They're the biggest blessings that have ever happened in my life. At the time, they were difficult. They were life-threatening. There was a lot of obstacles. But that's what makes you. Do you know what I mean?
So, when you got stabbed, what was it? What was your thought process? You didn't think to go back and take revenge? It was just like...
Nah, I forgave the person. 2 different occasions as well.
They stabbed you twice?
2 different occasions, 2 different circumstances.
Allah Mubarak, man. Because that's where ego gets in the way.
Bro.
And... Go on.
Can't have ego. Anything you do. And you know what helps that?
What?
It's Allah.
It's Allah.
That's why they're spread perfectly throughout the day. That's why doing wudu. That's why listening to Quran, doing charity. You know, like if you just follow the basic and the principles, it's very hard to allow it. Don't get me twisted. It does come in a way. We all have egos in our own ways, but don't allow it to get to you. By the time you come to your next prayer, what ego do you have? You should be even grateful you even got to that next prayer. Someone else died. Imagine dying upon that. And I don't know the exact saying, but having that, you know, darkness, that black dot on your heart is like the worst thing, right? It's
a hadith, Prophet ﷺ.
Yeah.
That every time you do a sin, you get black dots on top.
But even having an ego, right?
Yes. The hadith is that whoever has an atom's weight of ego won't enter Jannah.
There you go.
Yeah.
So how can you live? And you only find true peace. You only really change and become better when you don't have that.
Well, I hear that, man, and it's just sad because those are the situations that pull the youth back in. Like I'll see a guy who's changed his life fully, but now something's caught up with him from his past life. But it's like, nah, I have to.
That's a big conversation I've had with a lot of people myself.
And what's interesting to me is that and I don't mean this as a disrespect, more as a praise, like you strike me as a bit of a savage, Allahu Barik, where if someone crosses you, it's not, don't really strike me as the person to just like let it pass. For someone to stab you, like as in I don't believe that you would have let it pass because of fear. I believe it's because you were staying truthful to the promise you made to Allah Azza wa Jal. It's very powerful, man. I'm just trying to.
You know, there's a difference, yeah. In the time, of course you do whatever it takes to defend yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, at the time.
Of course, in the moment, it's life or death.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Of course, after that, you're thinking, it's go time. But at the same time, I've seen the consequences. And I think to myself, because remember, the headspace I was in when that happened, alhamdulillah, I was in a phase of transition and changing already. And that helped. Because I thought to myself, is it worth it now?
MashaAllah.
Because what got me into prison and the things I'd have done before, why a lot of things caught up with me, bro, of course, something like that.
What's going to happen?
Of course, bro. And I would never see the end of it. So it does help when you have that transition phase. Of course, it does help because then you start to think to yourself, well, I'm in this situation and I've overcome it. Most people die from this situation. I've seen my friends die. I've had my friend being splat open and I've had to like revive them. There and then in the scene. Many times, many occasions. I've been involved in a situation where I've splatted people. And I've seen it. So in that moment there, when you've survived that and you get through and you remember, but here now, focus.
Oof.
Keep going.
It's like you're living on the edge. It's like you've been to the edge.
But you just keep going.
Yeah. And,
Keep going.
And you've almost slipped, but Allah's pulled you back. It's like, listen, don't do that again.
But you know when that
That
happened?
was such a close call.
You know when that happened? I didn't feel like, why? I chose to accept it. I didn't feel, oh, why is this happening? Why is this? Every obstacle, every situation I face in life, I never say why. Like, from an anger place. Alhamdulillah.
MashaAllah.
All the time, even now, on a day-to-day basis. Every situation, every problem.
Well, I love this conversation because it just shows how everything just comes back down to the basics. Like even the question I asked you, you answered at the beginning. You made dua to Allah. You said, Allah, guide me through this process. Situation like that, it's going to be tough for a man to do it himself. Like repenting, praising Allah for whatever happens, good or bad, because there's always khair in whatever Allah does. It's just you have to live by it. You can't just say it on your tongue. It has to be real. Like man has to actually, when he thinks of his sin, he has to say astaghfirullah. He has to feel remorse in his heart, like guilt, like that was bad, Ya Rab. Forgive
But
me.
I'm getting goosebumps.
Yeah, it's just it's funny because I talk, obviously on this podcast we call it Righteous and Rich because the whole idea is to bring on brothers that care about their deen, they're aspiring to be righteous and they're doing well in terms of the dunya, in terms of money. And I always press them. It's funny because when you see these podcasts like Diary of a CEO and Kedar, where they bring on like all these entrepreneurs, the non-Muslims, everyone's just dissecting, I did this. And of course you need to know that, 'cause you need to take the means. But when I talk to brothers, like I'm talking to yourself here, who've like achieved crazy things, I'll ask them, like there's one brother, we'll bleep out the name because I know he doesn't like it mentioned, but the owner of, you see the way it's just blown up in the UK. I asked him, I said, what's your secret? Like, what do you do? What's your marketing strategy? Is it the flavor? He said, like, I never took a loan with the riba and I don't play music in my shops. Like, it's just do right by Allah. Just pray your salah, seek forgiveness, praise Allah, be humble. Like, it just comes down to the simple stuff.
True.
So the Sahaba were so successful, they come as camel herders and then they took over Rome, they took over Persia, they took over Spain, they took over all that, man. So look, when you came out of prison, they put some tough conditions on you. One of those conditions was you couldn't have a phone. And nowadays, trying to run a business without a phone is very hard. You couldn't be on social media. But Allah Barik, you still managed to build your personal training empire, as it were. So what did you do? What was the process?
You know what my dad said to me? He said, London is tough. You don't break the rules, but you bend them.
Yeah, that's it. Well, that's wisdom, though. That's wisdom.
He said, Wallahi, London is tough. You don't break the rules, but you bend it.
Wallahi, that's wisdom, you know.
So when he said that to me, I've always said, look, I'm not going to break it, but I'll bend the rules. You know, if I have to work around things, because sometimes, you know, you don't want to accept
Wow.
what conditions or what things people put in front of you. As long as you don't break it, just bend it.
Spend it.
You know, just don't break it. And you'll get through one way or another, you know. Don't just accept things. You know, don't, you know, you see a queue sometimes and you think, some people don't understand. I remember watching the video, yeah, and this guy said, 3 bagels.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he said there's 2 characters. This friend said to this friend, there's 3 bagels.
Yeah.
This friend looked at the queue. He looked at the bagel. And if it's 3 and there's bagels there, he said, I'm not going to get the opportunity of taking a bagel because you're thinking about the queue.
Yeah.
And he said, sheeps follow the sheeps, leaders lead the sheeps.
Okay.
So he went straight at the bagel,
Okay.
into the bagel.
Okay.
Some people look for the excuse and they look for the problem
Yeah.
to not achieve.
He just went straight for it.
He just went for it because it's free. Do you understand?
100.
So opportunities are sometimes in front of you, but you think or you see what everyone else is doing to achieve it, and it looks long. It looks like you got to follow the crowd. It looks like you have to fit in. He's like, nah. If it's in front of you, go out there and get it. So when opportunities were in front of me, I think to myself, well, if I'm not breaking the rules, then I'm gonna go and get it.
So what did you do?
I'm
What was the
bending
strategy?
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I'm bending the
Big
rules.
time.
So for me, it's like, for example, I wasn't allowed to be on social media. What does that mean? I wasn't allowed to put my face out there.
Yeah.
So instead of putting my face out there, I created a brand where people built my brand by putting their faces.
Okay.
For example, building a person brand is very important.
Yeah.
But if I can leverage off
Someone else's brand.
someone else's face or someone else's followers or someone else to model for what I want to put out there until I can put myself out there, then I'll do that.
Okay, very powerful. Very powerful.
I didn't break the rules,
Yeah.
but I find a solution around it.
So I guess you're training people that had
A following,
they had their
or,
own following, they had their own
and I'll
clout.
use them to sell what I'm offering instead
Okay.
of me using myself. Right? Does that make sense? And instead of being on social media, I created value through people that I was training to help me grow my following until it was time for me to put my face out there.
But they just came hard.
Then I went hard. And then I exploded.
Allah very.
You know? For example, there was many obstacles.
Yeah.
Many obstacles. One of the conditions was I wasn't allowed to be with more than one person. Another condition.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Another condition was I wasn't allowed to have a phone for 5 years. I wasn't allowed to communicate with any of my co-defenders. My brother was one of my co-Ds. I wasn't allowed to. I had to be, for the first 6 months, I had to be on tag from 12 to 4. So I had 4 hours that I had to be out. In that 4 hour, I had to clean the park, sand the police station, and then come back home. But it was all very close to each other.
Yeah.
So I had to go to the police station, sign in, clean the park, come home. You know, so even that, I didn't break the rules, but I bent them. Do you know what I mean? I did things around it to make sure that when I was out, I was making the most out of my time.
Okay.
When I was locked, when I was at home, I made the most out of my time. You know, and even once I got through that phase there, because of everything and all these barriers, all these restrictions, I thought to myself, nah, I have to go out there and get it. I made sure I made it happen. For example, as well, like the first legitimate business that I did was, in fact, if I go way back, it's always been buying and selling things. You know, like my dad, from a very young age, he took us to the market and he gave us a tenner or £5, and he said, look, you're not leaving the market until you come back out with £100.
Wow. Allah barik.
So we'll buy something from a car boot sale and sell it.
And you used to do that? That's amazing, bro.
We used to buy, and he taught us how to negotiate and to never accept a price.
How old are you?
Very young. He took us to the souk when we were kids.
MashaAllah.
The first souk he took us to was in Algeria.
That's very deep.
And then from a very young age, he used to just throw us in the market. Market was a big thing for us. He used to just throw us in there, and he used to teach us how to negotiate.
Yeah, you'll learn so much there. You'll learn
So
about
many.
people, you learn
Everything.
about profit margins, you learn about where's value.
But I mean,
Build your
we
network.
made sure. And another thing as well, he used to teach us how to fix things.
Okay.
So we'll buy something broken, we'll fix it to sell it. If something was, like a table was chipped, he would teach us how to sand it and paint it, put it back for sale. If a bicycle was broken, he would teach us how to fix it.
So you buy it, fix it, and then put it back on sale.
Yeah, put it back and sell. So a lot of things that we did, because when you have a lower entry point budget, you're not necessarily going to always find something that's good at value, but sometimes you don't think something's good at value because it looks broken, but it can be fixed. The minute you fix it, you can sell it at value. Do you know what I mean?
Very much so.
So when he taught us that from a young age,
Yeah.
we had that hustling mentality. So even when I come out of jail, I was buying and selling things to get myself going. And then my older brother started the rickshaw bikes in London,
Okay.
the 3-wheel bikes.
Yeah.
So we did that.
Okay.
Now, most people will understand there's a lot of money to be made in that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of skills to be learnt from that. People skills, you know, like knowledge skills, understanding the area, understanding how commission works.
Yep.
Some people do one job and stick to it. Some people do a job and find ways of making more money within that job. Does that make sense? For example, even as a personal trainer, some people just coach. Some people coach and sell supplements. Some people coach, sell supplements, and sell a program with it. Does that make sense?
Diet plan, everything, the whole package.
The whole packet. But some people just do the average. So from doing the rickshaw bike, we realised, cool, we're providing the service. But now we can also bring value and help people who are on our bikes as passengers, ways where we can get commission from attractions they want to visit. Or if they used to advise us, they used to ask us for advice, like what's the best place to go to, or what's the best
Was it
restaurant.
tourists?
Strangers, tourists, it was everyone in London, right?
So you created a whole plan for them.
Our whole plan. So as soon as they come in, and they expect and rely you to know as well, especially visitors. They see the tuk-tuk bikes as a tourist attraction, right? So if you gather a lot of information, a lot of knowledge, you're able to make more money. Most of the tuk-tuk drivers don't do that.
Very
They just
true.
sit around. They expect clients to come to them.
Oh, you used to ride the bikes?
Cycle.
Oh, you as a
Like-
cycle?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're cycling people all around London.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. That was,
Right,
one of
that's
our,
so smart, man, because
that was one of our first hustles.
whatever business you do, there's always things that are connected to that service.
That's what I was saying. It's the same thing.
Like, for example, if, let's just say, I don't know, you're
Taxi driver or coach, provide service, anything service
anything
related.
service, there's
anything.
always things connected to it. Because
Absolutely.
you're solving one problem, but when you solve that problem, it opens up for another problem. So you could just go down the verticals. Just,
Absolutely.
yeah, well, like, very smart. Allah
So
barik.
from that, then I was a qualified PT because I had to do a course. One of my conditions, though, when I come out of jail, I had to do a course. And I had no GCSEs. I wasn't educated. I never went to school.
Yeah.
So because of my weight loss transition in jail, a lot of people were inspired. And I used to have a very big BBM following
Okay.
back then. So I put a before and after picture. And I had a lot of people hit me up.
Yeah.
My probation officers, my yacht workers, my care workers said to me, "Oh, look, like, you got in shape." Because everyone knows me as being a fat kid. Come out, I was in shape, and I just locked in with the gym. Every day locked in with the gym, even with so many obstacles. And then through my BlackBerry Messenger before and after picture, I was able to advise and help people, give them tips and help them get results. And I knew one day it'll pay me back. I didn't care if it did or not, but I knew as long as I'm helping people, people are going to value it. And then eventually my time will be so limited that if they want my time, they got to pay for it.
Pay for it. People don't understand that mindset.
Yeah.
They just want instant gratification, bro. It's like at the beginning, No one knows you have value.
Of course.
So be willing to give and give for free, bro.
Absolutely.
And just get the case study, get the testimonial.
So even when I was in the rickshaw bikes, when I had clients and market was slow, instead of waiting for clients, I used to offer people a free ride. But I used to make it so fun and entertaining and give them a bit of insight, knowledge. They never wanted to come on the ride. But by the end of that ride, guess what they did?
Pay you extra or give you a tip.
I said it's a free ride. I just said to them, look, like I'll give you a free ride. I just want to give you an experience. Sometimes you ask some people, do you want to lift? And they're like, no. But I promise you don't have to pay for it. Like, don't look down on me. I said, don't look down on us. We'll give you an amazing experience.
Oh, wow.
Just come. I say to them, do you know about this place? Have you seen this place? Or I'll create interest. I'll be like, where are you from? They'll be like, I'm from London. So have you really explored London? You say you're from London. They'll be like, no, I don't want to ride. I said, listen, I promise you, I won't even charge you. I can swear by God right now, I won't charge you. And then I obviously strategically did it with a guy who has a missus. And the missus was like, go on, let's go, it's a free ride. The minute on them, giving them experience and insight and information, they're like, you know, the guy comes off and he feels guilty. You think, I'm with my missus, I can't not pay this guy. I look like a bum.
Oh my gosh, this is smart.
I made them feel so good. Give them an experience. Say, look, this is, and I was just boost the energy and the experience. And I'll be like, listen, this is what you get. And the guy at the end will be like, here. So when business was slow, I knew by bringing value, money will come.
Wow. Because it's true, you could just sit there and just
you
wait
sit there and
for a
wait,
ride.
expect.
Yeah.
Or put yourself out there.
Allahumma barik.
Because I said to myself, I was going to sit here anyways.
Yeah.
What am I sitting around?
Yeah. MashaAllah.
Do you know what I mean? We bend the rules, we don't break them. You know?
So, Aklo, eventually you get into trading people that are very wealthy and like celebrities. A question I have for you is, what advice or strategy do you have for dealing with them type of people? The reason I ask you that is because when people have a certain level, in terms of maybe fame, in terms of money, someone might feel like a sense of intimidation when dealing with them. Because these people are being bothered all day, every day. People want to take pictures of them. People want to just throw opportunities their way. But you just kind of, it's just, we're in and everyone was just like, yo, saying, yo, check out my PT, and then we're just blowing. So how did you manage like them type of people without coming across like someone might think like I'm coming across like a beg, or even if the guy's got confidence, but it's just too much energy. It's like, bruv, it's off-putting. So what's the strategy for dealing with people that are of that caliber?
So now, look, I'm in the real estate market, yeah? Dealing with the ultra wealthy. Got clients, big profile, clients with money, clients with status. You answered it for the viewers. You said what not to do. Because you said what people don't like. People don't like you to be a beg. People don't like you to envy them. Especially people with money and status. Now, you're human, we're all humans. What do we like from humans? We like authenticity. We like humbleness. We like people who bring us value, people who care. So how do you break into that person without coming across how you shouldn't come across? First thing first, I believe in life. Wherever you can bring value, you can solve a problem, there'll be a space for you. So identify people's problem. Identify that person, they're the same as you. And for them to have respect for you is by you making them feel that we're on the same level.
How do you do that? Like that? What's the strategy for
First, have self-belief, self-confidence, self-value, right? And have pure intention. Because people can
Sniff
tell.
that from far.
People can identify that. And when you are very good at what you have to offer or what you have to resolve, because I don't care whoever someone thinks they are, whatever they achieve, we all have problems. We're humans, right? Even the most elite people have a doctor. The most elite people have friends, have family members, right? We have problems. Successful owners have staff, which they delegate roles to, right? Now, if you can solve someone's problem, and for me it was very easy as a coach, for example, because I knew every human being, needs help with their health, one form of way, especially if I mastered all the angles that I can approach, whether it's identify someone who has bad posture. And it's not about identifying and making a person feel shit by themselves, it's about identifying and thinking, or show them how I can help them. Or someone might be overweight. And so I say, well, you're fat, like try to look at ways where this can cause discomfort or create insecurity in that person. You know? Or if it was like pain they might be feeling. And I can identify when someone's feeling pain because of their posture. I think it's having bad posture is very uncomfortable. So if I can approach that person and show them areas in their body where I can release that pain, and no one's done that. No one's confident to go forward and identify someone's problem and instantly create a solution.
So what's wrong with my posture?
For example, with you,
Because you're looking here.
I can see the way you're sat,
Go on.
a bit uncomfortable. The way you're just slouching and you're having to readjust.
Yeah.
Right? So tightness in the chest.
So my issues, I move a lot. I don't know if it's because of my ADHD or whatnot.
That might be something like that. But I'm saying, like, from yourself, like, I know, and everyone will be suffering with tightness in the chest, tightness in the shoulder.
I do have tightness in my shoulder and my upper back,
But I can see it. So what I'll do, I'll release it.
As in you could do the chiropractic
Yeah, exactly.
stuff.
So I release it. And when I release it, you feel good. And releasing tension and pain has a lot to do with, you know, your stress levels,
Yes.
your energy levels, your confidence. So imagine every human has that problem. So that's how I used to like be able to get in there. Or for example, someone might have energy levels that I see is affecting them. So I'll start to ask questions about the energy levels and, you know, what they do. And then instantly I'll find a solution. And I'll practice that solution with them. And then they'll feel entitled to bring me in.
It's just about being valuable. It's
For
just,
example, with the real estate market right now, I never try to sell anything. When I see people, first of all, especially in Dubai, a lot of people here are homeowners or they rent,
Yep.
right? Because in Dubai, there's no benefits. There's no housing benefits.
Yep.
There's no council house.
100.
So in one way or another, you either owe a landlord or you have direct contact with a landlord.
Yes.
And if I'm looking for properties or houses to buy and sell for my business, when I speak to someone, it's easy to understand whether that person is a homeowner or that person is renting, right? And for example, if I'm trying to sell something, I try to understand what is it that person is looking for. What problems are they facing, right? What circumstances they're in, what benefits they want, and then I create a strategy for it.
Okay.
For example, someone says he's a homeowner. I try to understand what is he doing with that property. Is it bringing in rental? Does it need money? Has the property brought him appreciation? Does he understand what's happening in the market? He can be a homeowner, but he might not understand what's happening in the market, how his property can be affected in the next couple of weeks or next couple of years.
Yep.
Let's say he bought a house right now and he saw that capital appreciation within the first 3 years. But he doesn't know there's other developers right now coming in to obstruct his views of the property he bought.
Wow.
Because he's too busy. But I can identify that problem. I say, listen, exit now before these are built.
Wow.
He's going to be like, wow,
Alarm
they
baby.
know that.
That's very, and you can save my millions.
I can save him millions by doing that.
Millions. And you
So
can
now
even
he
make him
had
millions.
he had no reasons
To sell it.
He didn't even know what was going on.
Wow.
But I identified the problem.
Allah Mabarak.
And then he's like, tell me more. Then when he's about to sell,
And then
what he's
also
going to do?
Send
He's
his
got
friends
capital.
away.
He's
Yeah.
going to come to me like, well, now it's time for me to buy.
Yeah.
Where do I buy then?
Okay, you're the guy.
Do you get
He's
it?
gonna send his boys.
Instead of selling anything, what do I do?
Solve problems.
Solve the problem.
Very nice.
Identify the problem. Right? Or for example, ask someone
Go on.
how they're renting. A lot of people don't know about short-term rent. Some landlords are quite old school.
Yeah,
They're
just
so
long-term rent.
comfortable in long-term rent. Some landlord are
And that's very
renting.
pro-tenant, right? The long-term renting.
Yeah.
It's not really, it's more favorable for the tenant.
favourable for the tenant.
But short term is
However-
more favourable for the landlord.
However, let's say a metro station was just open in that area, and he doesn't know that metro station is going to bring 25% extra to his rental.
Okay.
But he's left that tenant in there for so long. No one's managed that property correctly from him. He's just left that tenant in there. The market's going up. So ask him if he knows about the rental market in the area and how other properties are performing.
So one sec. So you're saying you will just meet people and chat to them about these questions?
Simple.
Okay.
And everyone in Dubai is either a homeowner
Yeah, wow.
or...
I love how you map it out.
Yes.
Like in your mind, it's like, yo, everyone here is either a homeowner or a tenant. If he's a homeowner, then he's the guy I can speak to about it. Just
And if he's a tenant, he will know the homeowner.
he will know the homeowner.
So I'll say to him, and how I'll bring him value, I say, look, as a tenant, right? Say, you're working hard to pay your rent. How about if I said to you right now, you can make more money? What do you mean I make more money? Cool. Put me in touch with your landlord. Because we're all looking for homeowners. Let me understand the position your landlord's in.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
And by you creating that intro, what are you going to do?
You get a drink. You get a drink.
And we live in Dubai. There's no benefits.
Yeah, yeah. Everyone wants
People
a
that
drink.
work and work hard.
So 1 second. So you're convinced the tenant to put you in touch with his landlord to sell the property he's living in?
Wherever to sell. But he might own 10 other properties.
Ah.
But he's giving me direct access to a landlord now
And even if he moves out of that property, he's going to move into a next one, but with a drink.
with the drink. And obviously, I'll always make sure whoever looks after me, I look after them. So even if he made me a drink, I will find a solution for him. Constantly just looking for these outside the box opportunities. Because most people expect it to come. Most people try to go too direct at it. And they might not have won it.
Very interesting.
You understand? So I think of ways.
It just requires a man to just sit down and think. Like, what's the strategy? Like,
Yes. What's another way?
what's another way?
What else can I do different? And if the market is slowing down, what can I do to boost it? Because trust me, we're all too busy. We're all caught up. Don't think because someone's a landlord or property owner, life is booming, he's making money. There's loads of obstacles. Loads of things that can affect your business. These are small little key points. If you ask me loads of questions, I can create so many more solutions. And I then find so many other approach.
So let me ask
But
you.
again, that's with everything I've done in business.
So I'm going to be a bit selfish and ask you for me here. Yeah?
Yes.
So we're just in the process of launching our network of 7 to 9 figure Muslim entrepreneurs. So the way that I get leads right now is I hate the whole pushy thing myself. I don't like to do that. I just make content, put it out there, let people know, hey, we got a network. There's guys with 9-figure exits, 8-figure exits, 7-figure exits, guys from this industry, that industry. If you're interested, come down onto the waiting list.
Waiting list to do what? To enter. To learn and be part of the community?
To enter the community. So obviously,
But what values do they get?
they just get access. It's a network. It's a network.
But are they able to speak to those
Yeah,
people?
of course. They're able to connect with everyone, chat to them, do deals. Like already, for example, like just when what gave me the idea was we would do events. So we did these events called Righteous Rights, where we just get supercars.
I remember seeing them, yeah.
Yeah, so just by people coming to that, we had an informal network, and the deals, transaction volume in terms of deals that was just happening, people investing in this and that was exceeded over $10 million. And that was just what I counted. I didn't even ask. So these brothers are doing deals with each other, they're collaborating, they're giving each other insights, access to different industries, just advice. Yo, bro, do this, do that. I've solved this problem. Let me try to solve that problem. So it became a thing of like, all right, cool. Guys, how can we have more of a actual network? How can we make this more formal? So now we have that, alhamdulillah. But I'm just thinking, if there was a guy that was here,
How can you grow this?
as in off just the social media.
How can you grow this?
Exactly.
Cool. Are the people in your network gaining value as well?
Absolutely.
And how are they getting values?
From each other.
But how are they getting value from what you're doing as well?
As in,
From what
I
you're
give them
earning.
access to that. I'm the one that brings all these people together
Yeah.
and says, look, you want to find these
So
people.
you know how you're going to make money?
Go on.
You create trust
Yeah.
with these people in your circle.
Yeah.
You encourage them to do what you're doing,
Yeah.
which is what?
To give value. Or to add people.
To do what? Create content.
Okay.
Are the people in your circle bringing people in?
Yes.
Are they reaching their potential? Are they reaching their network?
So you mean get them to recruit people?
That's right.
So we have that. So they like.
And how are they doing that?
So each guy that enters, they'll bring in at least 3 people.
Why 3?
Because
Live
3
in
is
the era
manageable.
of social media.
Not everyone here makes content. Like some of these guys are like,
So how are you going to grow this business?
go on.
I'm going to teach them how to make content. We live in a content era. Why are they not creating content?
Because some of these guys are like, the industry's different. It doesn't require them to make content.
Every industry is required to make content in today's day and
No,
age.
I believe that.
So
I
it's
believe
your
that.
duty right now, if you strongly believe it,
Yeah.
and what you're not doing is showing them the value, how much it's making. Because everyone wants to make more. And if he doesn't want to make more, then recruit someone in that industry that's willing. Because there's someone else out there who's also good. And if he can make money from that as well,
Yeah.
like me, every landlord, I'm a homer, I don't want to sell. If I can create a solution for him to earn more, he's going to open the door, especially if I can help him.
So I've got like,
That's one example. I
No,
can
100.
open up other examples.
I'm
as
just,
well.
I'm just gonna dig here because I know
good.
you're gonna give me some value. So let me give you a bit more context. So the main thing that brings these guys together is that they're practicing. You know, a man who's practicing and he's making 9 figures usually is on his own. He's a lonely guy. He doesn't really have anyone he can relate to.
Of course.
His practicing friends are telling him, you're following too much dunya. They don't understand. He's not even doing this for the money. He's trying to build something.
Yeah.
At the same time, so he wants brothers, but he wants brothers that he can break bread with.
That's right.
Do you get me? So
course.
because of this podcast, those kind of guys watch this content. Wherever they are, they're in England, USA, UAE. They're all alone, but they all watch this content. They watch the podcast. So this is where we bring everyone together.
Right.
Do you see what I'm saying? And they find value from each other. Some of them make content. A lot of them started making content actually through the network.
Yeah, of course.
But some of them, they're just too old school. They're not. Like one brother I know is the CEO of like the.
No, I get it. I've got people in my circle exactly.
Do you know what I'm saying? So, but he'll bring me 3 guys from like 3 other CEOs from next week.
Okay.
My thing is this: I'm meeting people all day, every day. Like we're just meeting here today.
Yeah.
I'm gonna meet some guys later on, and they're all from this network. Maybe they're not watching our content yet. Maybe they're not. When I see them, I just want to start the conversation. I won't even let them know. Oh, we got this network. So I'm just interested. If you were me, how would you map it out? Like the way you've mapped it out, tenants, landlords.
So I still don't understand who's your goal, who's your audience. You want more wealthy, successful people to be part of this network.
More 7 to 9
And do they pay?
They pay to have access.
Okay. Now, when you're meeting that person, are you looking for what problems they are facing?
Yeah.
Are you asking them what problems they're facing?
Yeah.
In what way?
So for example, just in casual conversation, it will come up. And what I would usually do is I'll just connect them to people.
That's right. So you're already doing that already, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. Now you're correct. Now you're connecting them. Cool. Sometimes what I learned in life, it's not about charging people. It's not. You know how many people I've helped since I've been in real estate without expecting to make money or like myself take a commission, and that person made me a lot more money because I wasn't focused on the small drink and to give him access to this information or this knowledge, but a tenfold later.
I can already solve my problem. You solved it. Because you know what I was
You're
doing?
focused too much on attracting people just to pay for something when the real cause and the real purpose why you created it was actually to what? Because you said connect people.
No, it's very deep. You know
Now,
why?
when you're connecting people, create a group chat. When you create a WhatsApp group chat. When you can connect 2 people and they're both winning, they'll never leave you out. You're worrying too much about this offer, but your opportunity is far greater than this offer. So you actually capped yourself. Why? Because you put a price to it. I don't put a price to the things I do. I don't even put a price to my time.
So you're saying if we
and
connect them
knowledge.
naturally, they're going to come to the network and realize if you connect me to this guy and that guy, then what's he got inside there?
What else is he going
Do you know what? This is deep because this is how we built the network before we launched it officially. And like last week, the reason it's reminding me is because there was 2 guys that have shouted at me, 2 separate guys have shouted at me to connect them to one brother who's in the network. And what I've said to them,
Pay to join the network.
no, I haven't even said pay. Because right now what I'm doing, by the way, is I give everyone 3 months access for free. 3 months access for free so you can check it. Check it and you pay if you want it. If you don't find value, leave. I don't believe I have the right to take your money if you don't find value. But it's just that I created an obstacle. I should have just,
Connected it.
And by the way, there's more like him.
No,
if you
just
want
make
to
a
jump
group
in.
chat.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
When you're in a group chat, in the circle,
Yeah.
and whoever is not sincere, leaves. Let them go.
Yep.
There's way too many people.
100%.
You don't need... Allow people, I always say, allow people to show me their true colours first.
100%.
So I don't care later.
Yeah.
Instead of making people believe that they don't have a true colour, and then I'll get exposed later down the line and think, oh, why is that?
MashaAllah.
You know, and trust me, when you do things for free, you have nothing to lose.
Yeah. 100%.
You
I
have
love
nothing
it.
to lose, especially if you're sincere.
100%.
I always say, everyone I speak to, I'm like bringing them value. I've got nothing to lose. But like, bro, yesterday I was at the gym. A kid came up to me. He said, listen, because of you, I started praying. I even forgot when and what occasion it was when I spoke to this kid.
Allah barik.
And he said, you know, since that day you
Here in
told
Dubai?
me, in Dubai, he said, you know, since that day you told me, I never stopped praying.
Allahumma barik.
And he was very excited. You know, when he saw me, I thought, oh, probably some guy that just recognizes me, you know, from social. But it wasn't even that. He's like, you know, you spoke to me, like, in the cafe area, and you told me about Salah, important Salah, because you asked me if I was Muslim, and you said to me, I'm going to go pray, and you said to me, come pray, and then I said to you, no, you know, like another time. And then you sat down, and you gave me more advice, and, you know, you led, and you went and prayed, and said, I've been following your Instagram, I see you always pray, and you said, you know, since that day, I never stopped praying.
Allahu Akbar.
I was sincere about that advice I gave him. I cared for him.
MashaAllah.
You know, people have called me, going back to the real estate stuff, people, like, you know, a common thing is when opportunity comes, people say, wow, so what's a good investment? And most salespeople, what do they do?
Dating.
Do what? Try to sell them something.
Yeah.
You know what I do?
What?
Try to understand. First, I say to them, you define me what you think a good investment is. What does that do? Open the gap for me to understand, what does he know an investment is? Because maybe what I'm trying to tell him, he might not see as an investment. Maybe when I'm trying to sell him something, maybe he doesn't believe in it. But if I reverse the question and ask him what he expects, what he wants or sees true investment is, I get to understand how much he knows. What does he know? And what does he want? You know, when people, you know, just try to sell, for me, by understanding that person, I create a book now. And I start to look cool. He might say to me, oh, I just want, you know, I just want to know what's the best area. So I said to him, so what do you know about the areas? Oh, you know, like the Palm. Okay. I said, and when he says that, and he you know, when most people that are looking to buy, especially from the UK, when they mention tourist places, I know they don't know much about the market.
It's based what they see on Instagram.
Based on what they're seeing, based on what their visit is. So I say to him, so what do you know about the Palm? What do you know about downtown? Who invests in those areas? What's the entry point? What's the price per square feet? Is there an opportunity for you to enter the market on off plan in these areas, or are they already built up areas? Have they seen appreciation? What's going on? What plan has the government got in the area? And instantly he starts to think, maybe I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I just watched a video to you. Maybe I spoke to someone else who just tried to give me a project. And because I wasn't sure, I went and asked another broker about this project. But this time around, he didn't try to sell me that project. What he did is he identified how much I knew first. Then, when I identify and I know how much you know, then I start to understand what is it you want, that investment. You looking to live in? Are you looking to sell? Are you looking to rent? And even now that you want to make that investment, what sort of capital are we talking? You're a first-time buyer? Are you putting your life savings into it? Are you going to get a loan for this? And decide what's their budget. And what they might think is the right way to invest with their money, I make sure I show them the best way by showing them the routes and the solution, the strategy to help them invest that money so they get whatever goal they wanted.
So you obviously, Allah Barik, just touched down. You got a lot of knowledge in this real estate thing. So how did you learn it so fast?
Just learn. I don't just get into things without learning.
So you was learning prior.
I build relationships. I practice what I want to deliver. So before I became an estate agent myself, I met up with 60 other estate agents. And what did I do? I took what was good and I took what was bad. And I realized 99% of these brokers were shit. Really bad. Why? Not one of them knew what they were talking about. Because even their approach was the sales. They were just trying to sell me something. They didn't know who I was. They didn't know whether I was an investor. They didn't know.
Okay, so you approached them as if like a what's the word? A mystery buyer.
Yes.
Like an actual potential prospect.
Absolutely.
So you went through the whole funnel.
And when I spoke to them about a project, I had done my own research about the project.
Okay, so you can see their gaps.
When I asked them about a project, I tried to understand how much do you know about that project? So I've done my research. So I know whether this person is really sincere or it's not. So I started to take the good and the bad, and I started to think, if I was a buyer, what sort of person would I want to be dealing with, and what sort of person would I put my trust in?
Very nice. Very nice.
So it was very simple for me to already differentiate myself from everyone else and to master this industry.
Allah Barik.
You understand? So these are just the key points. First, you seek knowledge, then you provide what you want to receive, and you avoid doing the things that you don't like, and you learn from people's mistake, and you practice. Best people to practice are with who? People that you know, because there's already a trust barrier, right?
Absolutely.
And if you can help someone that you know, what's going to happen? You're going to level up a lot more quicker.
Big time.
Because you already have that trust barrier that most people don't have in business. And if you're dealing with a stranger, how do you build trust with a stranger? Providing value.
Absolutely.
I never try to sell anything. I just try to resolve problems. That person, when he receives that approach, questions that he had or questions he never questioned, and I put answers and solutions, he's going to go away constantly thinking, is he going to make or is he making the right investment? And who's he relying on?
After Allah, you. Very deep. You know what it is? It's just the thread that I'm seeing here is just solve problems, like high value problems. Solve like problems that cost a lot of money to solve. Be genuine. Put your trust in Allah. Just be good at what you do. Allah Barik. Barakallah feek, man.
Master the marketing as well. You got resources in front of you.
Yeah, so let's come to that now. What's your social media
Strategies?
branding strategy? Yeah, like
Simple.
go on.
First, create curiosity.
Okay.
If you keep posting the same thing, people know what to expect. They get bored. Stop following. Right? Lead by example.
Okay.
Right? Give advice. Bring value. Connect with people, because you can leverage off that. To connect, the best way is bring value to that person.
So 1 second. So create curiosity. Lead by example.
Lead by example. Give advice.
Give advice.
Connect with people.
Connect with people.
Very easy.
Yeah, yeah.
How do you connect people? Bring value.
Yeah, yeah.
Showcase that you have something in common. And when you're connecting, position yourself and identify what you're doing. So position yourself first as the best. Identify what you're doing so you can connect with like-minded people. And then their viewers or their audience will then want to connect with you as well, because they're already following that person and they value that person. They know that person only positions himself for the best of people.
It's interesting because first time I came across your socials, I actually was curious straight away. I was like, who's this guy? He's got long hair. He's talking like he's from the hood. But I can see he's not in the hood. He's got money. He's running in the snow. He went to jail and got paid. Like the whole thing was like...
Always constant curiosity.
Yeah. Or I was like, who is the brother? And then I actually went and searched you. This is months ago. And I went and watched the podcast on Blue Tick Show. And I don't do that. I don't have time. I don't have time for that stuff. If I ever catch myself on social media, like I'll slap myself like, bruv, you look like you got caught into the rabbit hole. I got locks on my phone, so I don't waste time. Do you know what I'm saying? But I was actually so curious, I went and checked it out. So what's the strategy to create curiosity then? I'll give you an example. Me, on my Instagram right now I'm at that lazy stage. And I don't know if I don't even know if it's lazy, but what I like to do is I just like to share knowledge. On my that's my thing. If you ask me, Imran, like what's your thing? I'll just share with you what I've learned, what I'm doing, keda, so on and so forth. I don't know how to. I'm kind of struggling with my Instagram to do something different.
First of all, go back to basics.
Okay.
Why are you not learning a new skill and documenting that journey?
I am learning new skill every single
Why
day.
are you not documenting
So
that? Because what's that going to do?
I'm gonna come to this. So
curiosity.
Absolutely. So here's the thing, right? So what I'm doing right now, I've tried a couple of times to document the day, but you know when I'm in grind mode.
You don't need to necessarily document the day.
Or even just okay. I'm saying my day is boring.
example,
For someone to see it, so man just grinding.
How did that go from turning pro PT, professional personal trainer, to now the word pro PT
Is a brand.
if you read it as one word, it's property.
Wow. Property. Okay. Well, that was, you thought about that back then?
I had Pro PT for 13 years now.
Yeah.
My strategy and what I did different in the UK as a personal trainer who trained the elite is I used to rent out mansions in the UK, convert them to fitness hubs
Yeah.
and like working hubs. And that was differentiating me. I was a young boy at 21 living in a mansion in the UK, renting it and training the elite, training clients, but always lived in a nice place. So I always loved properties. Knew that I could never invest in the UK because of interest and how things works, like even to be successful, be entrepreneur. There's so many obstacles, especially as Muslim entrepreneurs. But now in Dubai, there's so many more leverage. It's interest free, there's off plan.
Yeah.
So many more solutions. I've always wanted to get into properties. I love property. I love the interior. I love the feeling. I love, I was broke. I was homeless. I was poor. I grew up in a council estate. I can have the things that I want. Anyone can have it. If you do all the steps that we explained today in this podcast to get there. So that transition phase, why have I not lost followers? Why have I not lost my engagement? Of course, the adaptation period has to happen. When I came to Dubai, the algorithm has to get used to it.
Used to you.
Yeah. I kept to the principles. I become more creative. I think of sceneries. I think about colors. I think about the tone of voice. I think about positioning. I focus about, how can I bring value to someone of high network or someone who's got a position on social media to where we can leverage and work together.
Yeah, that's my issue. I'm actually just being lazy.
Number one, being lazy.
I'm literally just behind my bookshelf. Let me just
expecting maybe you have this because you've done something now. Like you got comfortable. So we go back into expecting. How about if you just take it all off? Go back to square one. Go back to the person you was when you never had this. When you had fire. When you had that drive. Start creating further this. Another thing you can do. Why don't you document someone's journey? Remember when I first started, my brand grew to 50K without me showing my face. What was I doing? Documenting people's journey. So by the time it came to me, I was like, yeah, this guy is the guy because look what he's done with all these other people. And look behind the scene, what he's done for himself. So when it was time to me position myself, people instantly believed in me. So right now, if he's done it, why don't you take someone
and do it?
Someone from where you came from and help them and document their journey and stay beside them and build him up. Regardless if one day he might walk away from you because maybe you're not compatible, but you have nothing to lose. From an outsider and from a view, what am I going to think of you? I'm going to think, whatever he does, whatever he's done, it's possible because someone else has done it now.
Very deep.
And that's a 3-month journey you can take someone on. And you can make that very public. And you can rely on him to create the content for you on his behalf because he feels privileged and he feels grateful to be in that position to even be around you. And you carry on doing what you're doing and all you're doing is letting him shadow you.
Very interesting.
Do you know how people will love that opportunity?
Yeah.
And that will run to get the opportunity. And you know how much value you're giving by doing that? You know how much more productive you're going to be by having someone like that beside you? You know how much more confidence you're going to have? You know how much more fire and drive you're going to have? You know how much more your brand's going to grow and you're going to change? It's not about you no more. And it's not about you interviewing people or giving advice. It's about you actually showing the advice you're giving.
It's working. Jameel. Allah barakallah feet, man. Couple other things before we conclude. Right, well, very value packed. I'm going to invite you on another podcast we have. It's a panel discussion, inshallah. It's called Chai with My Bai.
Yeah, done, inshallah.
And what we're doing is just get 5-6 entrepreneurs just to talk about different topics. I think you're going to, if you're down for it, I'll be honoured.
Yeah,
I think there'll be a lot of value for people to receive, inshallah. Well, there's a lot of stuff I want to talk to you about, man. Even like how you were sleeping in the toilet of a gym, just to kind of...
To be the hardest work in the room, you gotta make the sacrifice. To give up what you were involved in, what you was around, to believe in yourself, to plant your seed.
Yeah.
You know, when you plant your seed, we only see things from the ground level. We don't see what's happening underneath.
Correct.
Right? And we expect that to grow. But I believe when you plant your seed, you have to understand, you have to keep taking care of it, you have to water it.
Okay.
And you understand there is something happening, but you just can't see it.
You can't see it, well, very true.
And then when you stay resilient, when you stay focused, when you stay patient, you start to see it come out.
Very deep.
You understand?
Very deep.
One reason to why I grew my hair is because he taught me patience. Some things in life you just have to wait.
Oh, wow.
Your hair is not going to go.
Wow.
And you have to take care of it. And for you to get to the length of what you want to achieve, you want your hair to grow, there's just some things you just have to be patient.
That's very powerful. That's very powerful.
You understand? So just these little key things. So every time I approach something, every time I go forward or try to do something, I use nature, the natural resources and things Allah has given us in life to think far deeper. A seed. You think it's not growing because you're thinking of what's coming out. But in fact, it's growing down first.
Yeah, Allah.
And it's building its foundation. And within that foundation, whatever you want people to think or see won't be great if it never had what's going underneath.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You understand?
Absolutely.
And that in life, certain things, bro, it's just patient.
Yeah.
Like your hair, like your beard, you want to grow a beard.
That happen overnight.
It's not going to happen overnight. You know?
So one of the things you've had to be patient with is issues with jinn and evil eye. So just break that down for us and the journey.
So for me, like, when it comes to the jinn stuff, it's the biggest blessing I've ever had in my life.
Okay.
You know?
So what was the bigger blessing? That Joe or getting stabbed?
No, the experience you have with the unseen.
Yeah.
It's the biggest experience you ever have.
Okay.
Because, you know, you can take care of your body, take care of your mind, but your soul doesn't sleep. Your soul never dies. And where there's jinns trying to interfere that, you can't see it. And your soul is the most important thing.
So what have you experienced?
So when your soul becomes and you identify it's the most important things, because you can be laying in the bed and not move, right? But if your soul is at peace, you're okay, right? But if your soul is not at peace and you can't move, it's very, very painful. Right? So when I look back, and when people look back at my life, some people say, oh, this kid was troubled. He's going through something. Cool. We'll go through things. Cool, I might have been troubled. But when you look back at your life and you say, why was I troubled? Why was I facing these things? What have I done? What might have been caused to me that made me feel a certain way? And then you start to think back and you think, oh, now I know why I felt a certain way. Why I used to do certain things. Why certain things, as much as I tried to control it, it was far greater than my control. And then you realize the cure goes back to what I was saying before, was your salah. And you find that physically, mentally, you tried everything. But when your soul's getting disturbed, but you know the cure to that is holy salah and the Quran, then you start to realize there's something far greater than what I can see, what I can control right now. And the only cure to that is your salah and the Quran. So I was in a marriage where I discovered this because the person I was with, I witnessed things.
The jinn thing.
I witnessed it. And when I witnessed it...
As in she was possessed?
Yeah.
Okay.
I witnessed it. And then when I witnessed that, I then had a message from my brother around the same time, out of nowhere on Instagram. It's not annoying, but from Allah, to say, Assalamu alaikum, brother. Love your content, love what you're doing. And I want to basically offer you my services and I want to offer it to the world. So what advice could you give me to position myself on social media so I can give people advice about this stuff? I said to myself, how has this come to me in a time where I've just experienced this?
Advice about what? Jinn?
Jinn.
Oh, that was his thing.
ruqya.
As in he would do ruqya?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so he was providing ruqya service.
But he was reaching out
okay.
to get that support and advice, how he can now go public with it.
Okay.
Right? And I said to him, look, to be honest, I have no issue advising you, helping you grow that. But I have a question. How does this stuff work? I wanted to understand it.
Yeah.
Because we hear about it, we go about it, especially being North African, you know, you hear about all this stuff. But
Yeah.
until you experience it yourself and you see it, it's like one of those when you look in the video, you're like, oh, this is mad. Is this even a real thing?
Then when you see it, it's
When
real.
you live it, you experience it, and you're going through it. So then I invited him over after I got to understand him. And then at the time, I got him to do ruqya, my wife. And then she reacted.
Oof.
Really bad. And she was a revert.
Okay.
And what led her to Islam was when we got married, that period at the beginning of my marriage, she wasn't Muslim, she couldn't sleep. She had issues.
Really?
She had loads of things she was dealing with. And me waking up for Fajr every morning was confusing for her.
Okay.
So what is this? What's this guy? What's going on? And I'll play Quran every time I go to sleep because I found peace. Just before I realised that I was dealing with stuff like that. I always felt the cure to it was my salah and Quran and doing the car and whatnot. But this was just from advice and just wanted to bet myself without realising and identify that I actually was facing it.
Okay.
So then I used to play the Quran for myself and she would just react and she was like tearing it off, and she was also against, in a way, eventually against the whole concept of Islam and you know, my faith, my religion, right? But then very soon in our marriage in the beginning, she started reacting really badly.
Okay.
And I had to just say, listen, just listen to this.
Yeah.
And just stop. And all of a sudden, she stood there for the first time and she chose to accept it.
Oof.
And then all of a sudden, she just felt cured.
Allah barik.
But she never told me.
Okay.
She made it very clear the next morning, keep that stuff away from me. Even though I never pushed it or put it to her. Never. I led by example.
Yeah.
I did what I had to do. And I knew from my action and from practicing that it will open the door, because I remember early stage before Shaitan came, that as a normal person, she was very interested and open to the idea.
Yeah.
Cool. When that happened, she woke up the next morning, indirectly making it clear she had the best night's sleep.
Okay.
But not to accept it was the Quran.
Yeah.
Cool. Couple weeks went by. Ramadan comes, staying up, going to Tarawih, going to, tahajjud, praying, fasting. Being someone who wanted to support, she's like, I'll try this fasting thing. A couple of weeks ago, she was completely against it. Try this fasting. I said, cool. 2 weeks into that, she then said, this was Fajr. This was like the last 10 days of Ramadan. She came to me out of nowhere and said, listen, I want to be Muslim.
Wow.
From that one time of accepting that she wanted, because it got really bad. That nighttime sleep experience was really bad. It affected her life, her work, my relationship, everything.
Everything.
But at one time I said, listen, just listen to this.
Uh-huh.
Because it was so bad. Sweat, like talking, shy, like it got so bad for her that she literally, it was too much. I said, listen, just try this. But I was very calm.
Yeah.
And the minute she chose to accept it, she said indirectly she had the best sleep ever. A couple of weeks down the line, she come to me, this is the night that felt like Laylatul Qadr.
Oh, wow.
And she said, I want to become Muslim. It's
Allah.
before Fajr. She took her Shahada. At this point, we have just been married for like 2-3 months.
Oh, wow.
She took her Shahada. That was the same time when she took her Shahada, like a couple of weeks after that, the brother I was speaking to, because he never lived in London, I was trying to make that arrangement for him to come, but he never came. By the time she became Muslim, she was in acceptance to accept that this guy was going to come now.
Okay.
So he came now, and then he did ruqyah. And then she reacted. And then Ali brought her closer
Okay.
to her decision, the faith. And then all of a sudden, I reacted. And the guy had to stop. And he looked at me and said, listen, we need help in this room. Go call a brother or go call someone. This is going to explode. And I was laying there, and all of a sudden, it's like, I just wanted to take them both down. And I've never felt like that in a very long time.
Okay.
Because the person I was in my past, and that's what made me realise why I was so troubled as a kid, why I was able to do the things I did that right now I could never do. And to do things like that and not feel nothing, now it made sense. To be involved in certain things, in certain situations back then, because now it was brought to light to me. Now I thought to myself, there was something inside dictating the whole thing, making all of this crazy stuff happen. And I look back and I started like looking back at my videos, the things I used to say when I wasn't aware of this stuff. And I started to research myself and look deeper in myself. When I'm running, going through so much, and I'm laughing. But this laugh is very like evil because it's confidence within myself, knowing that whatever this evil is, I'm fighting it. And I'm letting know that evil, like, it was very like, to showcase the evil, like, it was he, that's everything I was doing, always fighting it, in turn, without realising, but knowing that I was dealing with it. And then when I was there and he started reciting, I felt all the worst things ever. All the evil, everything that I might have done. Because I've done a lot of evil. And the evil I had done, there was times in my life I felt nothing. Very numb. More so when I was very young. But I used to give myself that excuse maybe because I was young. And I started realizing, no, it's a lot deeper than that. Because it's not normal, even at that young age, to be involved and do such things, to be capable of doing things and still feel nothing. And then to be around the people I was around who did things, and I'm telling you now, made me realise that I was around people that also done sihr. Criminals have done that to get themselves out of situations. criminals that have committed crimes and said to me, I promise you it wasn't me, it was the devil. You know when some people say like, it wasn't, I didn't do the crime. Something possesses me. Something took over, something took control. And a lot of it was influenced by drugs and alcohol, and I never touched it. Never. The access was there, the people around me were there, the people that have failed in life, the people who lost their life, the people who end up losing their freedom from early age, indulged in that. How quickly I look back and I said, nah. If I look at all the worst situations that these people were involved in, 99% of them were even intoxicated by something. So for me, I knew whatever I was involved in at the time, it was something that was caused out of my control to try to destroy me. Luckily, I find the peace in Islam and the Deen.
Alhamdulillah.
And that relief, when I say, bro, that relief was different. When I prayed and did my sujood, I was in the police station cells at the time with my colleagues, right? And I was like, yo, you man, we need to pray. These were laughing. Some of them were Muslim, some of them were Reva, they were laughing. They're like, nah. Man's got my lawyer, I got this, I got that. I felt the most hopeless. I thought out of everyone who was the least confident, everyone who was so confident never got out of the situation. Me being the least confident, I got out of the situation. Because that moment there,
Turn to Allah.
And I said to you, when I said to you, I had that feeling.
You were the only one that got out?
Out of the situation, at the time, yeah.
MashaAllah.
And that feeling that I felt like, with that relief, when I did the ruqya, it brought back the feeling before the relief. So now I'm like, whoa, this makes sense. Now, when I did all these other crazy chatting, we only spoke about the London to Amsterdam. I did Brighton to London, 100 miles with no training. I did Cambridge to London with no training. Like, I'm the guy, when I go to the gym and I train, I'm just possessive. And then everything I do is quite extreme. It's quite elite. It's not normal. You know? Certain emotions, certain barriers, certain things I can do just to cut out feelings. Although inside I know I'm the cleanest and the purest and the softest. But there was always something that was trying to make me do the complete opposite. And at times, for myself, I would allow it to take over me, but I knew I had to fight it. Because the more you become stronger, the more it tries. And it got to the point where I started saying to myself, like, I said, even the devil can't disturb me no more.
Inshallah. After
So even the devil now is too scared to come close to me. Because the things that I'm doing to protect myself, I know the devil does not like me no more.
MashaAllah.
I know the devil don't want to come close to me when I'm making wudu. I know the devil don't want to come close to me when I'm doing my car and the war. Because I'm not just doing it because because I got told to do it. I do it because I know how much of a weapon it is against them. And I know what feeling it feels to relieve that internal thing that someone might have done, or I might have done something for it to come. But there's things we do to allow them to enter. Things that we do, things we involve in. But sometimes it's someone else who's done something so malicious and use things from you, or your family, and they want to create that trouble. And that can go down to the roots, even down to a mother or father. And that can get passed on.
Magic
to
you're
their kids.
talking about.
And that kid is going to be vulnerable and exposed to it. There's a reward for it. Massive rewards for it. But sometimes people face things in life and a lot of it will be caused by that. You know, marriages breaking up, kids going down the wrong path, illnesses and all these things. And it's like they try so much but there's no cure. But what they don't try is the real remedy. And the real shafa is in the Quran. And the things upon the sunnah that we need to follow. And then when you start doing all of that, you start to realise this Islam is too powerful. This deen is far greater, far bigger than anything. So when I was there and I experienced that, I started taking all the right precautions, all the right things, and my deen just got better. better and better and better and better. And ever since then, it's a constant daily battle. Even when I was running, I'm doing all these crazy challenges, I'm waking up, I'm working. The minute something comes, I'm telling you, it took over my life. Like, it left me paralyzed my right side of my body.
Really? For how long?
For a very long time. I still deal with it now. Like, we look back at videos. If you look back at a video of me running the 100 miles to Amsterdam, you look at the end, when I was done, you see the right side of my face, the right side of my body is numb. There's no movement. I'll show you, look.
Yeah, show me, please. So this is even recent, you're saying it's still...
Oh, this is every day, even now, as we're talking. Like, what, because you haven't got legs, you're going to stop walk? You're going to stop trying to walk? You're going to stop living? What, because you're blind, you're going to stop learning? Because you're deaf, what, you're going to stop learning how to try to speak? No. Everyone has their obstacles. Everyone has their everyone has their test. What you do about it. This is at the end of running 100 miles.
That's because of that, yeah?
No, this is after running 100 miles.
Yeah, yeah.
If you see how my right side of my body
it's like...
paralyzed.
Yeah, it's like... Yeah, it's like...
Because they live in you.
Yeah.
And they usually like to position themselves
Yeah.
on the right side of your body, your private areas, in your joints, you know. A lot of people, like, they go to the doctor, they get checkups. The doctor can't identify the problems.
She said even now, so what's happening right now?
The most common thing is like, because when I'm doing my ruqya, you can see like where they're more responsive. You know, and you see it like, let me see if I've got a video. Look at the right side of the body just goes. I love it. I love this.
How long was this video?
This is the first time I found out.
That day that brother came to you?
Yeah.
It was that day, yeah?
That was that day there. Best blessing ever in life. But that answers...
How long ago was this?
This?
Yeah.
15th of May, 2023.
So 2 years ago, huh?
Yeah, 2 years ago, yeah.
Has it got better?
Of course.
Yeah.
Once you identify the problem,
You know how to maintain
you
it.
go back down to the roots and you start destroying all the puzzles.
There's, you know, sometimes for ruqya, it goes completely, right? Alhamdulillah, it's a blessing. Sometimes it doesn't fully go. And there's like a little bit that remains. And sometimes you don't even know if it's gone. You just always got to be on guard. There's a story that the Prophet told of a man. He was a righteous man. His name was Uwais al-Qarni. The Prophet said after he died, the Umar, radiallahu anh, he said, if you see this man, tell him to make dua for you. Because of his... Tell him to make dua for Allah to forgive you. And the Prophet mentioned he'd be identified by a mark of leprosy on his stomach. So the story is, he used to have leprosy all over his body. You know, leprosy is a disease that is contagious and it destroys the skin. It makes you look ugly. No one wants to come near you. No one wants to touch you. So he made dua. He said, Ya Allah, remove all the leprosy from me, but leave the size of a coin. And the reason he did that, he said, because I always want to remember the blessing of Allah on me. He said, if it goes completely, I might forget.
Exactly.
But every time I take my top off and I look at my stomach and I see it, I remember what Allah did for me.
Bro, it's a blessing. It's the best. Bro, most people are giving in, giving up, giving themselves excuses. That's fuel right there. When you face that and you experience the unseen, your love to this religion and this faith and Allah just know what I mean? It's like another level of life. And then you can feel it when you meet people, you see it in people, and you slowly start to realise 99% of people's problem in this
Come back
world
to this,
comes back to that.
unfortunately. Yeah.
Especially in the time and age we're living,
Yeah.
the things that's happening, what people indulging in,
Bro,
indirectly,
music
directly.
straight is a
Music,
reason for it.
all of
Drugs,
course.
alcohol straight is a reason
But I cut
for
out
it.
music now 2 years and a half. A lot
Mashallah.
of things that you can just end up just crying out. Yourself.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you that it's a blessing, bro. And what something might be so severe to what, especially, I can't even say just the West, the majority of the world, people have this whole like analogy and excuse of like mental health. How can you have mental health when you've got Islam, bro? It's impossible.
100. So what's next?
And Islam isn't just about calling yourself a Muslim. It's about understanding and reaching out to all the resources we have in this faith. Because it really has a cure to everything and a solution to everything. And we're not taking advantage of it.
Nah, barakallah feek, man. It's been very, very inspiring and opening, man. Eye-opening. I think that my friend always says to me, man, is like you have to remain in situations of stress. Because when you ever, and it's similar to what you said earlier, which is like stay uncomfortable. So that was it? When life gets...
So make life uncomfortable, even when life is comfortable. So when life becomes uncomfortable, you don't feel uncomfortable.
Your statement's more articulate. But that concept of that pressure, that stress, that tension is they say pressure makes diamonds. That's what produces, strong men and greatness. And I hope people will be able to listen to this and just find ways to channel whatever pain, suffering they're going through and help you with Allah's help. And to see that the thread between your whole story here is Allah, dua, salah, tawakkul, and be able to take that as
Charity.
It's big, huh?
Do you know how many things I've overcome or how many things I've achieved, lost and gained? Remember, like, sometimes people they question why they're losing things, but you want to be tested when you're losing things. You know why? Because imagine giving even when you're losing. Allah wants to put even more barakah, because He puts barakah in your patience when you're losing. He puts barakah in when you're giving, when you're losing, and then when He releases that problem. Imagine facing your problem and being patient and supporting someone else whilst you're going through that problem. They're going to get double reward just from that one struggle.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? It's crazy.
So what's next, man, for Pro PT, aka Yusuf? You're here in Dubai now, Allahumma barik.
Alhamdulillah.
So what's next? What's the big next plan?
Jannah, bro.
Allahu Akbar.
What more? Allah. Do you know what I mean? Allah. I can't even make it up.
Wallahi, may Allah give it to you, akhi. May Allah give you that.
All of us, inshallah.
You know, since you said that, I'll share a benefit with you. Because you're also in the real estate game right now. You know the wife of Fir'aun, Asiya, she was a believer. And at the time, she was being tortured by Fir'aun because she started following Musa alayhi salam. She made a dua. She said, Rabbi ibni li indaka baytan fil jannah. She said, my Lord, build for me next to you a house in paradise. So a scholar said, look at the way she constructed her dua. She said, build for me. She didn't say build a house for me next to you. She said, build for me next to you a house. Build for me next to you a house. She understood that the prime real estate is not necessarily based on the quality of the house, but the quality of the neighbor. So they said, اختارت الجار قبل الدار. She picked her neighbor, Allah, before she picked the house. So, wallahi, man, whatever we're working for is trying to get that seat close to Allah. Akhi, barakallah fi man. Thank you so much for your time. I really enjoyed this conversation.
Myself too.
And I hope, man, this is going to be the beginning of something beautiful for you. Inshallah ta'ala. It's a continuation, but also a beginning in some ways.
Always a beginning.
And definitely, we're going to stay connected and hopefully we'll do a lot more, man.
Definitely, inshallah. Appreciate it, bro. Thank you for giving me the opportunity, the platform, the time, and having the patience. Thank you to the brother as well here. He's been very patient. So,
it's been an honor, bro. But that's it, people, man. May Allah bless you and love you and give you Jannah in this life. In the next, may Allah give you khair. Ameen. See you next week for another episode of Righteous and Rich. Of course, we put all of the details to our brother Yusef. If you're not already familiar with his content, you can find him below, inshallah ta'ala. Anyone interested in real estate here in the UAE, Allah barik, want to buy a mansion or a penthouse, here's our brother. We'll put the links below, inshallah ta'ala. With that said, people, subhanak Allahumma bihamdik, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.